Her hat says Trump was right about everything. Big deal, big deal. Let's see what he about to say to him. What's up, Melissa? See you in here. What's up, Johnny? Robert? I just got home. You see one side's not even like clapping at all. Look at her. Why is she looking so mad, bro? Y'all see that? Like, why is she so mad? But look at this before you even get into this. Look at, like, one side's not even clapping. They're not even clapping, bro. How disrespectful is that, man? Yeah, just focus on the people that supporting you, brother. What's up, Marie Brown?
Speaker Johnson, Vice President Vance, the First Lady of the United States. Members of the United States Congress, thank you very much. And to my fellow citizens, America is back.
Yeah, Melissa, I heard about that. Melissa Taylor, I heard about that.
6 weeks ago, I stood beneath the dome of this Capitol and proclaimed the dawn of the golden age of America. From that moment on, it has been nothing but swift and unrelenting action to usher in the greatest and most successful era in the history of our country. We have accomplished more in 43 days than most administrations accomplished in 4 years or 8 years.
I was about to say 8 years. As much as they've done, yeah, more than the administrations of 8 years, yeah.
And we are just getting started.
And shout out to Trump too. He responded to Trudeau because Trudeau put a 25% tariff on America, right? So Trump said, I don't know if y'all remember this, but if you do a retaliatory tariff, then our retaliatory tariff matches your retaliatory tariff. So he basically responded to Trudeau and said that, you know, it's what it is. Like, you raise 25% as retaliatory tariff, we gon', you know, accordingly, you know. So Trudeau's about to mess his people up real bad, bro.
I return to this chamber tonight to report that America's momentum is back, our spirit is back, our pride is back, our confidence is back, and the American dream is surging bigger and better than ever before. The American dream is unstoppable, and our country is on the verge of a comeback, the likes of which the world has never witnessed and perhaps will never witness again. Never been anything like it. The presidential election of November 5th was a mandate like has not been seen in many decades.
And shout out to Trump for saying that this is a mandate that hasn't been seen like this for decades, right? Because I watched The View, they had Stephen A. Smith on there, and Stephen A. Smith ended up correcting them because they were trying to say, how is Trump saying this is a mandate when only a little bit of people like voted for him in a popular vote? You know how they do on The View. And Stephen A. Smith was like, no, this is a mandate. You know, instead of Democrats continuing to do the same thing, won't they look at the number? Like, this is a mandate. Like, American people want change. Like, I love how Stephen A. Smith like went off on the View. I like that. Well, this is a mandate.
We won all 7 swing states, giving us an electoral college victory of 312 votes.
Look at them Democrats over there. They don't want to clap or nothing. Hey, is this normal? I don't think this is normal for people just not to clap. Like, what y'all think? I mean, we know we got the Supreme Court justices over there. They don't necessarily have to clap, right? But the rest of them, like, what's that, bro?
We won the popular vote by big numbers and won counties in our country. And won counties in our country, 2,700 to 525, on a map that reads almost completely red for Republican. Now, for the first time in modern history, more Americans believe that our country is headed in the right direction than the wrong direction. In fact, it's an astonishing record, 27-point swing, the most ever.
Yo, whoever is in the background booing, like, they need to kick them out immediately. Not later, immediately. Get them out of there. Y'all, if y'all can, Melissa, I see you in here. Miller, I see you in here. If y'all can, hit the like button. It'd be appreciated. Double tap the screen. It'd be dope. Say it's their way of protesting. Yeah. It's what they doing. Marie Brown said they are showing disdain for sure by not clapping. They are being very disrespectful. They are upset that he is finding out all of the corruption that is going on. And the American people are seeing that the corruption is by their hands. So they don't want to like clap or nothing. Like, our government, I'm telling y'all, I don't care what people say. Like, this is like one of the most like corrupted like years I've seen. Like, to where it's just so clearly visible. You got one president trying to clean up the corruption and you got them lobbying and trying to protect the corruption. It's crazy. It's literally lunacy.
Likewise, small business optimism saw its single largest one-month gain ever recorded.
Mr. President.
41
No, kick them out, bro. What is they doing? We not about to do this. Y'all not about to do this to our president, bro. You need to like kick them out immediately. We not doing this show. You got a president that won by the popular vote. This is a mandate. People want to see him like do what he needs to do, right? I think he accomplished a lot. He's talking to Congress, all of that, thug life. And we don't need somebody like protesting in the back. Kick them out immediately. I don't care. Y'all can get mad at me if y'all want to. Kick them out.
Jump.
Members are directed to
Who's that? Al Green? Kick him out, bro.
uphold and maintain decorum in the House and to cease any further disruptions. That's your warning.
Bro, this is the president addressing Congress, bro. A joint session of Congress. And you got Al Green standing up and protesting. Bro, get him out of there, bro. I don't care. Get him out, bro. We're not doing that. We're not doing that today. Get him out.
Members are engaging in willful and continuing breach of decorum, and the chair is prepared to direct the Sergeant at Arms to restore order to the joint session.
Get him out. All that. Get him out. Johnny said he called her Pocahontas, bro. I gotta see this, bro. Yo, you're trying to you wilding on people, bro. I gotta see this.
Mr. Green, take your seat. Take your seat, sir.
Kick him out.
Take your seat.
Kick him out now. Al Green, you gotta
Finding
go.
that members continue to engage in willful and concerted disruption of proper decorum, the
Get him
chair
out.
now directs the Sergeant at Arms to restore order.
Get him out. Get him out.
Remove this gentleman from the chamber.
He gonna try to run off of that. I stood up when the president was addressing. Get him out. You're not about to have no moment. Get out. Get out. No, we don't need to hear nothing else. Put him in handcuffs. Get him up out of there. Where the police?
Members are directed to uphold and maintain decorum in the House. Mr. President, you continue.
Thank you. Over the past 6 weeks, I have signed nearly 100 executive orders and taken more than 400 executive actions, a record, to restore common sense, safety, optimism, and wealth all across our wonderful land. The people elected me to do the job, and I'm doing it.
And doing a great job. So you see what happens when somebody is supporting the American people? When you're a president, you doing that? Look what they do. Look what they do over there. Y'all electing people, and he's trying to speak for y'all. They don't like it. They don't like none of this. That's interesting. That's interesting. Keep that in mind when y'all voting and getting these people. Keep that in mind. They are not for y'all. Best president in my lifetime. I don't care. Obama wasn't. He's the best president in my lifetime. And in my lifetime, I'm seeing disrespect right now. Like, no, we not doing that. I want all these people's names, bro. And I like, if they in my district, bro, like I'm voting against them. I don't care.
In fact, it has been stated by many that the first month of our presidency, it's our presidency, is the most successful in the history of our nation. By many. And what makes it even more impressive is that, do you know who number 2 is? George Washington. How about that? How about that? I don't know about that list, but we'll take it. Within hours of taking the oath of
LIL, Joker 87, name a better president than Trump. I'm waiting.
office, I declared a national emergency on our southern border, and I deployed the U.S. military and Border Patrol to repel the invasion of our country. And what a job they've done. As a result, illegal border crossings last month were by far the lowest ever recorded, ever.
Oh, they don't like that. But it was cool when Obama was kicking people out of here and he had the border czar humming, like getting people out of here. That was cool when Obama was doing it, but now that Trump's doing it, it's a problem, right? They just want to bro, this is ridiculous. They want to open up our borders, allow people to just flood in here, give all of our tax money, everything to different countries. Like them people sitting down, bro. Like, bro. Hey, nah, we not doing that. Lil Joker 87. Who was a better president than Donald Trump? I'm waiting for you to say it.
They heard my words and they chose not to come. Much easier that way. In comparison, under Joe Biden, the worst president in American history, there were hundreds of thousands of illegal crossings a month, and virtually all of them, including murderers, drug dealers, gang members, and people from mental institutions and insane asylums, were released into our country. Who would want to do that? This is my 5th such speech to Congress. And once again, I look at the Democrats.
Yeah, hey, Texas Repo, they threw Al Green out. He need to get out of there. Get out. Al Green needed to go. He doing too much. Nobody care about him.
Democrats in front of me, and I realize there is absolutely nothing.
Yeah, little Joker over there guessing, don't know what to say. Like you know, ain't no, like, you can't name a better president than Trump. Like who you gonna name? Like, name one that was for the people. Like, what president was for the people like him? I can't remember none of them. Like, being like that. For the people like him? Nah.
Thing I can say to make them happy or to make them stand or smile or applaud. Nothing I can do. I could find a cure to the most devastating disease, a disease that would wipe out entire nations, or announce the answers to the greatest economy in history, or the stoppage of crime to the lowest levels ever recorded. And these people sitting right here will not clap, will not stand, and certainly will not.
Call them out! Doug Life, I don't care what call them out! You got these people sitting up here right now that won't clap, that won't stand. Call them out, bro! They doing too much. Man, I'm rocking with my president, bro. I don't care, bro. Let them get mad.
Or announce the answers to the greatest economy in history, or the stoppage of crime to the lowest levels ever recorded. And these people sitting right here will not clap, will not stand, and certainly will not cheer for these astronomical achievements. They won't do it, no matter what. Five times I've been up here. It's very sad,
Call
and it
them
just
out.
shouldn't be this way.
Look at him. Musk steals. Her little thing says must steal. Wait a minute. Department of Government Efficiency just found out y'all are stealing from the American people. What are you talking about, lady? He calling y'all out. Y'all giving all your friends $20 million a month to watch over a vacant building. Elon Musk finding out all this government waste. They are mad. What you mean must steals? He's finding out y'all stealing. What are you talking about? They all got little things saying must steals. What? These people are crazy. Save Medicaid. What did he say that was against Medicaid? You know how he's saving all of that stuff? By stopping Zelensky from draining our account. That's what he's doing. And he's stopping y'all from giving y'all friends all of our money. Talking about must steal, save Medicaid. These people are out of their mind. This is what's going on in our country right now. Grown babies. So mad that a president working for the people, they can't stand it.
So Democrats sitting before me, for just this one night, why not join us in celebrating so many incredible wins for America? For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again. Every day, my administration is fighting to deliver the change America needs to bring a future that America deserves, and we're doing it. This is a time for big dreams and bold action. Upon taking office, I am.
Hold on, y'all. Yo, Donald Trump is sitting up here addressing Congress and the whole right side, which if you're looking at the camera, if you're looking at Trump, it's going to be on the left side, but Trump's right side, like the whole Democratic Party, none of them are clapping for anything. They're being crazy disrespectful right now. Like, this is insane. He called them out. Like, you got to watch this. It says, it's on the White House YouTube page. President Trump addresses joint session of Congress. Like, these people are out of their mind, bro.
Imposed an immediate freeze on all federal hiring, a freeze on all new federal regulations, and a freeze on all foreign aid. I terminated the ridiculous Green New Scam. I withdrew from the unfair Paris climate.
Nola said, president, finally president. Yeah, and they can't stand it, bro. Like, these politicians have sold us out. You know what I'm saying? Like, for years, they've been selling us out. And nobody's the wiser, right? Not Elon Musk and everybody's uncovering all of this and how bad they've been selling us out. And now they're upset because they're being found out about it.
Accord, which was costing us trillions of dollars that other countries were not paying. I withdrew from the corrupt World Health Organization. And I also withdrew from the anti-American UN Human Rights Council. We ended all of Biden's environmental restrictions that were making our country far less safe and totally unaffordable. And importantly, we ended the last administration's insane electric vehicle mandate, saving our auto workers and companies from economic destruction. To unshackle our economy, I have directed that for every one new regulation, 10 old regulations must be eliminated, just like I did in my very successful first term. And in that first term, we set records on ending unnecessary rules and regulations like no other president had done before. We ordered all federal workers to return to the office. They will either show up for work in person or be removed from their job. And we have ended weaponized government where, as an example, a sitting president is allowed to viciously prosecute his political opponent, like me. How did that work out? Not too good. Not too good. And I have stopped all government censorship and brought back free speech in America. It's back. And 2 days ago, I signed an order making English the official language of the United States of America. I renamed the Gulf of Mexico the Gulf of America.
Disrespectful, man.
And likewise, I renamed for a great president, William McKinley, Mount McKinley again. Beautiful Alaska. We love Alaska. We've ended the tyranny of so-called diversity, equity, and inclusion policies all across the entire federal government and indeed the private sector and our military. and our country will be woke no longer.
Rick said, I love seeing lefties losing it.
We believe that whether you are a doctor, an accountant, a lawyer, or an air traffic controller, you should be hired and promoted based on skill and competence, not race or gender. Very important. You should be hired based on merit. And the Supreme Court, in a brave and very powerful decision, has allowed us to do so. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. We have removed the poison of critical race theory from our public schools, and I signed an order making it the official policy of the United States government that there are only two genders, male and female. I also signed an executive order to ban men from playing in women's sports.
Yo, you would be surprised like how many men are like mad at that. Like, how are you mad at that? How can you legitimately be mad? Like, if you got a daughter that's in school, how are you mad at that? It's crazy.
Three years ago, Peyton McNabb was an all-star high school athlete, one of the best, preparing for a future in college sports. But when her girls' volleyball match was invaded by a male, he smashed the ball so hard in Peyton's face, causing traumatic brain injury, partially paralyzing her right side and ending her athletic career. It was a shot like she's never seen before. She's never seen anything like it. Peyton is here tonight in the gallery, and Peyton, from now on, schools will kick the men off the girls' team or they will lose all federal funding.
How y'all mad at that? Like,
And if you really want to see numbers, just take a look at what happened in the women's boxing, weightlifting, track and field, swimming, or cycling, where a male recently finished a long-distance race 5 hours and 14 minutes ahead of a woman for a new record by 5 hours. Broke the record by 5 hours. It's demeaning for women, and it's very bad for our country. We're not going to put up with it any longer.
hey, Rick MC Can, did you not see Hunter Biden's files? I see you down there. Did you not see his files? Did you not see the laptop? Like, all that stuff is on like Twitter. Be very surprised. But oh wait, Joe Biden gave him a pardon.
What I have just described is only a small fraction of the common sense revolution that is now, because of us, sweeping the entire world. Common sense has become a common theme, and we will never go back. Never. Never going to let that happen. Among my very highest priorities is to rescue our economy and get dramatic and immediate relief to working families. As you know, we inherited from the last administration an economic catastrophe and an inflation nightmare. Their policies drove up energy prices, pushed up grocery costs and drove the necessities of life out of reach for millions and millions of Americans. They've never had anything like it. We suffered the worst inflation in 48 years, but perhaps even in the history of our country. They're not sure. As president, I'm fighting every day to reverse this damage and make America affordable again. Joe Biden especially let the price of eggs get out of control. The egg price is out of control, and we're working hard to get it back down. Secretary, do a good job on that. You inherited a total mess from the previous administration. Do a good job. A major focus of our fight to defeat inflation is rapidly reducing the cost of energy. The previous administration cut the number of new oil and gas leases by 95%, slowed pipeline construction to a halt, and closed more than 100 power plants. We are opening up many of those power plants right now. And frankly, we have never seen anything like it. That's why on my first day in office, I declared a national energy emergency. As you've heard me say many times, we have more liquid gold under our feet than any nation on earth, and by far. And now I fully authorize the most talented team ever assembled to go and get it. It's called Drill, Baby, Drill.
They won't stand up. They won't stand up.
My administration is also working on a gigantic natural gas pipeline in Alaska, among the largest in the world, where Japan, South Korea, and other nations want to be our partner with investments of trillions of dollars each. There's never been anything like that one. It will be truly spectacular. It's all set to go. The permitting is gotten.
Watch. This dude's got like Saudi Arabia investing like 600, what was it, billion or something like that in America? Or like all this crazy money, right? And then you've got Apple investing like 500 billion, like crazy amounts of money. And they won't even stand up, bro. Watch this.
And later this week, I will also take historic action to dramatically expand production of critical minerals and rare earths here in the USA. To further combat inflation, we will not only be reducing the cost of energy, but will be ending the flagrant waste of taxpayer dollars.
Ooh, they don't like that. They don't like that.
And to that end, I have created the brand new Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE. Perhaps you've heard of it. Perhaps.
MAGA, 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 MAGA.
Which is headed by Elon Musk, who is in the gallery tonight.
Hey, yo, shout out to everybody. I got my Cybertruck outside in the back. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I went to go pick it up today. Thug life. You know what I'm saying? Thug life in the back.
Thank you, Elon. He's working very hard. He didn't need this. He didn't need this. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Everybody here, even this side, appreciates it, I believe. They just don't want to admit that. Just listen to some of the appalling waste we have already identified. $22 billion from HHS to provide free housing and cars for illegal aliens. $45 million for diversity, equity, and inclusion scholarships in Burma. $40 million to improve the social and economic inclusion of sedentary migrants. Nobody knows what that is. $8 million to promote LGBTQI+ in the African nation of Lesotho, which nobody has ever heard of. $60 million for indigenous peoples and Afro-Colombian empowerment in Central America. $60 million. $8 million for making mice transgender. This is real.
This is crazy.
$32 million for a left-wing propaganda operation in Moldova. $10 million for male circumcision in Mozambique. $20 million for the Arab Sesame Street in the Middle East. It's a program. $20 million for a program. $1.9 billion to recently created Decarbonization of Homes Committee, headed up, and we know she's involved. Just at the last moment, the money was passed over by a woman named Stacey Abrams. Have you ever heard of her? A $3.5 million consulting contract for lavish fish monitoring. $1.5 million for voter confidence in Liberia. $14 million for social cohesion in Mali. $59 million for illegal alien hotel rooms in New York City. He's a real estate developer. He's done very well. $250,000 to increase vegan local climate action innovation in Zambia. $42 million for social and behavior change in Uganda. $14 million for improving public procurement in Serbia. $47 million for improving learning outcomes in Asia. Asia's doing very well with learning. I don't know what we're doing. Should use it ourselves. $101 million for DEI contracts at the Department of Education, the most ever paid, nothing even like it. Under the Trump administration, all of these scams, and they're far worse, but I didn't think it was appropriate to talk about them. They're so bad. Many more have been found out and exposed and swiftly terminated by a group of very intelligent, mostly young people, headed up by Elon, and we appreciate it. We found hundreds of billions of dollars of fraud. And we've taken back the money and reduced our debt to fight inflation.
They cannot stand that Elon Musk is finding out all of this. They are livid.
Inflation and other things. Taking back a lot of that money. We got it just in time. This is just the beginning. The Government Accountability Office, a federal government office, has estimated annual fraud of over $500 billion in our nation. And we are working very hard to stop it. We're going to. We're also identifying shocking levels of incompetence and probable fraud in the Social Security program for our seniors, and that our seniors and people that we love rely on. Believe it or not, government databases list 4.7 million Social Security members from people aged 100 to 109 years old. It lists 3.6 million people from ages 110 to 119. I don't know any of them. I know some people that are rather elderly, but not quite that elderly. 3.47 million people from ages 120 to 129. 3.9 million people from ages 130 to 139. 3.5 million people from ages 140 to 149. And money is being paid to many of them. And we're searching right now. In fact, Pam, good luck. Good luck. You're going to find it. But a lot of money is paid out to people because it just keeps getting paid and nobody does. And it really hurts Social Security and hurts our country. 1.3 million people from ages 150 to 159 and over 130,000 people, according to the Social Security databases, are age over 160 years old. We have a healthier country than I thought, Bobby.
We got one. We got one. She's standing up. She clapping. We got one.
Including, to finish, 1,039 people between the ages of 220 and 229, one person between the age of 240 and 249, and one person is listed at 360 years of age. More than 100 years, more than 100 years older than our country. But we're going to find out where that money's going. And it's not going to be pretty. By slashing all of the fraud, waste, and theft we can find, we will defeat.
I like how he's looking at the Democrats when he's saying all this. By slashing all the waste and all of that. I love how he's looking at them.
Inflation, bring down mortgage rates, lower car payments and grocery prices, protect our seniors, and put more money in the pockets of American families. And today, interest rates took a beautiful drop, big, beautiful drop. It's about time. And in the near future, I want to do what has not been done in 24 years, balance the federal budget. We're going to balance it.
They don't want that federal budget balanced at all.
With that goal in mind, we have developed in great detail what we are calling the Gold Card, which goes on sale very, very soon. For $5 million, we will allow the most successful job-creating people from all over the world to buy a path to U.S. citizenship. It's like the green card, but better and more sophisticated. And these people will have to pay tax in our country. They won't have to pay tax from where they came. The money that they've made, you wouldn't want to do that, but they have to pay tax, create jobs.
Yo, I just made a change to the mic. Let me know if you could still hear me good. Am I still good or no?
We'll also be taking people out of colleges and paying for them so that we can keep them in our country instead of having them being forced out. Number one, at the top school, as an example, being forced out and not being allowed to stay and create tremendous numbers of jobs and great.
Subscriber, the Take Back BRC, said I voted for him and he's cool, but he got bad people around him. I actually think, are you talking about the Democrats that are sitting there in front of him? Trump's got a lot of good people around him, though. He's got Tulsi Gabbard, RFK, JD Vance, he's got his daughter-in-law. He's got a lot of people around him that's pretty good.
Great success for a company out there. So while we take out,
Terry said mic check is good. Yeah, thanks.
The criminals, killers, traffickers, and child predators who are allowed to enter our country under the open border policy of these people, the Democrats, the Biden administration, the open border insane policies that you've allowed to destroy our country.
Talk to them in their face. Talk crazy.
We will now bring in brilliant, hardworking, job creating people. They're going to pay a lot of money, and we're going to reduce our debt with that money. Americans have given us a mandate for bold and profound change. For nearly 100 years, the federal bureaucracy has grown until it has crushed our freedoms, ballooned our deficits, and held back America's potential in every possible way. The nation founded by pioneers and risk takers now drowns under millions and millions of pages of regulations and debt. Approvals that should take 10 days to get instead take 10 years, 15 years, and even 20 years before you're rejected. Meanwhile, we have hundreds of thousands of federal workers who have not been showing up to work. My administration will reclaim power from this unaccountable bureaucracy, and we will restore true democracy to America again. And any federal bureaucrat who resists this change will be removed from office immediately. Because we are draining the swamp. It's very simple. And the days of rule by unelected bureaucrats are over.
Well, we got another one clapping.
And the next phase of our plan to deliver the greatest economy in history is for this Congress to pass tax cuts for everybody. They're in there. They're waiting for you to vote. And I'm sure that the people on my right, I don't mean the Republican right, but my right here, I'm sure you're going to vote for those tax cuts, because otherwise I don't believe the people will ever vote you into office. So I'm doing you a big favor by telling you that.
Yes.
But I know this group is going to be voting for the tax.
And hey, keep that in mind what Trump is saying. Thug Life, if they do not vote for us to get them tax breaks, they got to go. Like, he's trying to, no taxes on overtime, no taxes on tips. I'm not a servant, nothing like that. Thug Life, shout to them. You know what I'm saying? But no taxes on overtime. If they don't vote for that, get them up out of here. They are not for us. That's a fact. I love how he looked at them and told them that if you ain't gonna vote for, hey, the Americans ain't gonna vote for you no more, dog.
For everybody, they're in there. They're waiting for you to vote. And I'm sure that the people on my right, I don't mean the Republican right, but my right here, I'm sure you're going to vote for those tax cuts, because otherwise I don't believe the people will ever vote you into office. So I'm doing you a big favor by telling you that. But I know this group is going to be voting for the tax.
Oh, the Republicans they only care about the rich. It looks like they trying to pass one of the biggest middle-class tax breaks ever. What the Republicans trying to do. It's the Democrats. Y'all been wanting them Democrats in there. They obviously don't want this. Y'all want to keep voting for them? Huh? Like, well, how does that make sense? Who are they working for? It ain't y'all. It ain't me. It ain't y'all. Vote them out. Love how he talked to them in their face.
Thank you. It's a very, very big part of our plan. We had tremendous success in our first term with it. A very big part of our plan. We're seeking permanent income tax cuts all across the board. And to get urgently needed relief to Americans hit especially hard by inflation, I'm calling for no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and no tax on Social Security benefits for our great seniors.
Why are seniors being taxed on Social Security benefits anyway? That is insane. Why does it take it's taking Trump after all of these years to do that. Like, why are seniors being taxed on like Social Security? Like, isn't that insane? You've already been taxed. Now they gonna tax you again? This is crazy, bro. Shout out to him, man. Terry said, time to balance the scales. Terry's is in a subscribers chat. Shout out to Terry.
And I also want to make interest payments on car loans tax deductible, but only if the car is made in America.
Yo, that's big, bro. That's big. Like, people always say, oh, well, we got to pay all this. Can't we get interest on our car loans? Like, you know, forgave and taxes and all. Bro, if he can do that, that's a big deal, man. That's a big deal. Think about all, like, if you bought a new car at all, like, look at all the, like, I've got like a Cybertruck out there, Thug Life. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. And I bought I bought a Model 3 and a Model Y last year, right? The amount of taxes, the 3 is paid off. I'm almost done with the Y. And I got the Cybertruck out there. But the amount of money that you pay in interest is crazy. That's why I pay my cars off like crazy fast. But some people can't do that. You know, and you get stuck paying all of that interest, man. It's insane. So if you have to pay interest and everything is like geared towards the banks, I mean, banks got to get something. They're giving you the loan for the car. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got to get something. But for, you know, us to be able to benefit from that is amazing. Like, I'm not mad at that at all.
And by the way, we're going to have growth in the auto industry like no.
Rick Owner is a subscriber in the chat. He said, I was a Democrat when Biden took office, registered as an independent and voted for Trump. How did that happen? I did my research for 4 years and realized I was on the wrong side of my life. Can we clap it up for Rick? Shout out to Rick. Hey, Rick, you ain't alone. Hey, I voted for Obama, Thug Life. I voted for John Kerry, all of that. It wasn't until I moved from Cleveland, Ohio, till I moved to Nashville, Tennessee, I started to understand. I'm like, yo, like, Nashville's nice. It's clean. There's jobs everywhere. What is going on? They're like, oh, this is a Republican place. Start finding out, like, how things actually, like, run. You know what I mean? And then I ended up, like, voting for Republican. You know what I'm saying? Is what it is. Voted for Trump, all of that. You know what I'm saying? I voted for Trump his first term. I voted for him for his first term, his second term, his third term. You know what I'm saying? I think he won. I mean, you know, he only won 2 terms, but I feel like he won 3 times, my personal opinion, if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? I think he won the first time, obviously became president. I think he won the second time. You know what I'm saying? He ain't have a full term. You know what I'm saying? Thug Life. You know what I mean? I think that was, I can't say it on YouTube, but I think that kind of was taken from him. I think he won. You know what I'm saying? But then, like, the third time, like, he won clearly. It was a sweep, you know? So I think he won 3 times, my personal opinion. You know, I'm not going to say it's fact. That's my personal opinion. I feel like he won 3 times. You know what I'm saying? But all 3 times I voted for him.
Nobody's ever seen. Plants are opening up all over the place. Deals are being made. Never seen. That's a combination of the election win and tariffs. It's a beautiful word, isn't it? That, along with our other policies, will allow our auto industry to absolutely boom. It's going to boom. Spoke to the majors today, all 3, the top people.
Can you imagine if people are able to write off interest payments? A lot of people don't want to buy a new car. People keep buying used cars, and used cars are very expensive now. Used cars are like the prices of new cars, like, a lot of times. Like, they're very expensive. High mileage cars, expensive. You know what I'm saying? So people, like, they still refrain from doing it because they don't want to pay interest, even though it's like close to the same as a new car. But if people know, like, now they can benefit from, like, you know, writing off some of that interest, people will be more apt to buy a new car. They would. And I think, like, with Trump being president, people are going to feel a little bit more, you know what I mean, like, loose with their money. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, now I can spend a little bit of money. The country is heading in the right direction. We're not throwing all our money away to Zelensky, throwing all our money away here and there. You know what I'm saying? The government is actually saving money. Like, maybe we are moving in a good position. And, you know, people may end up starting up, you know, buy cars and stuff like that. So, You know, that could be great for the auto industry. One thing I do love that Trump said is like, yo, we getting rid of the mandate. We're not going to force everybody to have electric vehicles. We got we got electric vehicles and then we got gas vehicles, right? Some people don't want gas vehicles. Some people just want electric vehicles. Some people don't want electric vehicles. Some people just want gas vehicles. I've got electric and gas vehicles. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to, hey, if I want to buy a Vet or buy whatever I want, I could buy it. You know, I don't want, to be stopped and forced to buy something I don't want. Like, what if I didn't like Teslas? And, you know what I mean? I didn't like electric cars. I think, like, Teslas look like frogs and weird. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to have to buy nothing like that. Well, now you still have the option to buy whatever you want, like with the Trump getting rid of the mandate. So I think that's dope.
Well, and they're so excited. In fact, already numerous car companies have announced that they will be building massive automobile plants in America, with Honda just announcing a new plant in Indiana, one of the largest anywhere in the world.
Honda's bringing back manufacturing to America. It's crazy. That is crazy. That is unheard of that he's able to do that. Like, shout out to him, bro. Shout out to Rick again.
And this has taken place since our great victory on November 5th, a date which will hopefully go down as one of the most important in the history of our country.
Cal Boyle with the $5 donation says, start an LLC for $50. Buy the car under the perceive the assets of that LLC. Smart.
In addition, as part of our tax cuts, we want to cut taxes on domestic production and all manufacturing. And just as we did before, we will provide 100% expensing. It will be retroactive to January 20th, 2025.
Yo, he making this retroactive? Are you serious?
This has taken place since our great victory on November 5th, a date which will hopefully go down as one of the most important in the history of our country. In addition, as part of our tax cuts, we want to cut taxes on domestic production and all manufacturing. And just as we did before, we will provide 100% expensing. It will be retroactive to January 20th, 2025. And it was one of the main reasons why our tax cuts were so successful in our first term, giving us the most successful economy in the history of our country. First term, we had a...
Hey, y'all, pay attention to the people that's sitting down, that do not want to stand up, that do not want to clap. Figure out who those people are. If they are in your district, think twice.
Great first term. If you don't make your product in America, however, under the Trump administration, you will pay a tariff, and in some cases, a rather large one. Other countries have used tariffs against us for decades, and now it's our turn to start using them against those other countries. On average, the European Union, China, Brazil, India, Mexico, and Canada, have you heard of them? And countless other nations charge us tremendously higher tariffs than we charge them. It's very unfair. India charges us auto tariffs higher than 100%. China's average tariff on our products is twice what we charge them. And South Korea's average tariff is 4 times higher. Think of that, 4 times higher. And we give so much help militarily and in so many other ways to South Korea. But that's what happens. This is happening by friend and foe. This system is not fair to the United States and never was. And so on April 2nd, I wanted to make it April 1st, but I didn't want to be accused of April Fool's Day. That's not, just one day cost us a lot of money. But we're going to do it in April. I'm a very superstitious person. April 2nd, reciprocal tariffs kick in. And whatever they tariff us, other countries, we will tariff them. That's reciprocal, back and forth. Whatever they tax us, we will tax them. If they do non-monetary tariffs, to keep us out of their market, then we will do non-monetary barriers to keep them out of our market. There's a lot of that, too. They don't even allow us in their market. We will take in trillions and trillions of dollars and create jobs like we have never seen before. I did it with China and I did it with others, and the Biden administration couldn't do anything about it because there was so much money they couldn't do anything about it. We have been ripped off for decades by nearly every country on earth, and we will not let that happen any longer. Much has been said over the last 3 months about Mexico and Canada, but we have very large deficits with both of them. But even more importantly, they've allowed fentanyl to come into our country at levels never seen before, killing hundreds of thousands of our citizens and many very young, beautiful people, destroying families. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. They are, in effect, receiving subsidies of hundreds of billions of dollars. We pay subsidies to Canada and to Mexico of hundreds of billions of dollars, and the United States will not be doing that any longer. We're not going to do it any longer. Thanks to our America First policies we're putting into place, we have had $1.7 trillion of new investment in America in just the past few weeks. The combination of the election and our...
Vince says start fixing our roads. Look, he's got to do one thing at a time. This is a major deal that he's doing right now. Major, big deal. Let him get through this and he'll figure out other stuff. Like about fixing the roads. The problem is like a lot of the states get federal funding and all kind of stuff for the roads. Right. And they get like aid and, you know, states got money for roads. It's just the states, you know, the contractors that do the road work, like they're friends, you know what I'm saying? And their friends know how to do the roads like real cheap and, you know, to the way they break apart again and have potholes again. And then they got to call their contract friends in again. It's like a lot of stuff that goes along with roads. You could throw tons of money at roads, and these people who have their friends who are contractors are not going to fix the roads to where they're just fixed. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, that's an issue, something that's need to be done. But that seems like, you know, you want to like attack like your local government, like if you can, about like roads and stuff like in your city. You know, as far as the highway and stuff like that, that's a different story. You know, but still, it's like, you know, people don't want to really fix the roads and they be out of a job.
Economic policies that people of SoftBank, one of the most brilliant anywhere in the world, announced a $200 billion...
Somebody said, forget the roads. We need a check every month. The roads can wait. Life, let them wait. Let the roads wait right now. We got to get this through. Hey, when they pass that no taxes on overtime, bro, I make all right money where I work at. I know a lot of y'all probably do all right. A lot of y'all Republicans probably do all right, right? If they do the no taxes on overtime, oh, y'all ain't never gonna see me again. Thug life. Like the amount of money I could make if I just did overtime, like where I work at, is crazy. You know what I'm saying? But it's just the taxes is why I don't do it. You know what I mean? So y'all gonna be like, what Piper Boy Williams at? Your boy gonna be at work 24/7.
Investment. OpenAI and Oracle, Larry Ellison, announced $500 billion investment, which they wouldn't have done if Kamala had won. Apple announced $500 billion investment. Tim Cook called me. He said, I cannot spend it fast enough. It's going to be much higher than that, I believe. They'll be building their plants here instead of in China. And just yesterday, Taiwan Semiconductor, the biggest in the world, most powerful in the world, has a tremendous amount, 97% of the market, announced a $165 billion investment to build the most powerful chips on earth right here in the USA.
Oh, that's dope. That's dope. And thanks for hitting the hundreds. I seen that. Appreciate that. Double tap the screen. Building the chips in America. Nice.
And we're not giving them any money. Your CHIPS Act is a horrible, horrible thing. We give hundreds of billions of dollars and it doesn't mean a thing. They take our money and they don't spend it. All that meant to them, we're giving them no money. All that was important to them was they didn't want to pay the tariffs, so they came and they're building, and many other companies are coming. We don't have to give them money. We just want to protect our businesses and our people, and they will come because they won't have to pay tariffs if they build in America. So it's very amazing. You should get rid of.
Trump is moving off common sense. Democrats are just throwing our money at everything. You know what I mean? Not in the form of a loan, not in the form of making sure we get things for it, not to just throw money at people. Like, and this is why we $36 trillion, and it's the Democrats, bro.
The CHIP Act, and whatever's left over, Mr. Speaker, you should use it to reduce debt or any other reason you want to.
Shout out to Vince Salea. I'm a new subscriber. Shout out to you.
Our new trade policy will also be great for the American farmer. I love the farmer.
Yeah, Terry is a subscriber in the comment section said, just remember, this is 6 weeks in. He's done all of this in 6 weeks. Thug life. Thug life. Shout out to Trump. Get mad.
Who will now be
Shout out.
selling into our home market, the USA, because nobody is going to be able to compete with you. Because there's goods that come in from other countries and companies. They're really in a bad position in so many different ways. They're uninspected. They may be very dirty and disgusting, and they come in and they pour in, and they hurt our American farmers. The tariffs will go on agricultural product coming into America, and our farmers, starting on April 2nd, it may be a little bit of an adjustment period. We had that before when I made the deal with China, $50 billion of purchases, and I said, just bear with me, and they did. They did. Probably have to bear with me again, and this will be even better. That was great. The problem with it was that Biden didn't enforce it. He didn't enforce it. $50 billion of purchases, and we were doing great, but Biden did not enforce it, and it hurt our farmers. But our farmers are going to have a field day right now. So to our farmers, have a lot of fun. I love you too. I love you too. It's all going to happen. And I have also imposed a 25% tariff on foreign aluminum, copper, lumber, and steel, because if we don't have, as an example, steel.
And you remember that he ended up doing that like in his first term, but the Democrats ended up allowing, I think they added addendums or whatever, so it allowed people to circumvent the 25% tariff and just continue to do business as usual. And so he reinstated everything. So the tariffs now, it's on aluminum, steel, copper, all of that. Thug life. You know what I'm saying? And like he just reinstated it to where they have to like abide by that now. Which is going to make a lot of steel companies and aluminum companies say, okay, well, now we need to build factories in America so that we can avoid the 25% tariff. Because what that's going to do is if that's being manufactured in America, if you look at the market price for it, people are going to be like, oh, well, we might as well buy it from American companies if we have to pay, you know, more money if it's coming from over. So this is what he's doing, trying to bring back manufacturing in all capacities back to America to make America great again. Some people don't like it. Some people think tariffs are bad. I mean, McKinley used tariffs. I don't think people had a problem when he was doing it, you know, and I think the way Trump is doing it, I think is very smart. He's not just throwing tariffs out for no reason. He's trying to get businesses to come back to America. A lot of that has been working. As you've been seeing on the White House website, he's been sitting around and at the podium, multiple different people coming out. Oh, we want to start investing in America. We want to start having a plant here and to do this and do that and invest 200 million and do that. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like what he's doing is working. And the Democrats have, you know, they say a song and dance, so why they can't do X, Y, and Z, but this guy is actually doing things, you know?
Lots of other things. We don't have a military, and frankly, we just won't have a country very long. Here today is a proud American steelworker, fantastic person from Decatur, Alabama, Jeff Denard. has been working at the same steel plant for 27 years in a job that has allowed him to serve as the captain of his local volunteer fire department, raise 7 children with his beautiful wife, Nicole, and over the years provide a loving home for more than 40 foster children. So great, Jeff. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Jeff. Stories like Jeff's remind us that tariffs are not just about protecting American jobs. They're about protecting the soul of our country. Tariffs are about making America rich again and making America great again, and it's happening, and it will happen rather quickly. There'll be a little disturbance, but we're okay with that. It won't be much. No, you're not. Oh. And look where Biden took us, very low, the lowest we've ever been. Jeff, I want to thank you very much. And I also want to recognize another person who has devoted herself to foster care community. She works so hard on it. A very loving person, our magnificent First Lady of the United States. Melania's work has yielded incredible results, helping prepare our nation's future leaders as they enter the workforce. Our First Lady is joined by 2 impressive young women, very impressive. Haley Ferguson, who benefited from the First Lady's Fostering the Future initiative and is poised to complete her education and become a teacher. And Elliston Berry, who became a victim of an illicit deepfake image produced by a peer. With Elliston's help, the Senate just passed the Take It Down Act, and this is so important. Thank you very much, John. John Thune, thank you. Stand up, John. Thank you, John. Thank you all very much. Thank you. And thank you to John Thune and the Senate. Great job. To criminalize the publication of such images online is a terrible, terrible thing. And once it passes the House, I look forward to signing that bill into law. Thank you. And I'm going to use that bill for myself, too, if you don't mind. Because nobody gets treated worse than I do online. Nobody. That's great. Thank you very much to the Senate. Thank you. But if we truly care about protecting Americans' children, no step is more crucial than securing America's borders. Over the past 4 years, 21 million people poured into the United States. Many of them were murderers, human traffickers, gang members, and other criminals from the streets of dangerous cities all throughout the world. Because of Joe Biden's insane and very dangerous open border policies, they are now strongly embedded in our country, but we are getting them out and getting them out fast. And I want to thank Tom Homan and Christy. I want to thank you and Paul of Border Patrol. I want to thank you. What a job they've all done. Everybody, Border Patrol, ICE, law enforcement in general is incredible. We have to take care of our law enforcement. Have to.
Shout out to Judge Vet is a member on the channel. Marie Brown, shout out to you.
Last year, a brilliant 22-year-old nursing student named Laken Riley, the best in her class, admired by everybody, went out for a jog on the campus of the University of Georgia. That morning, Laken was viciously attacked, assaulted, beaten, brutalized, and horrifically murdered. Laken was stolen from us by a savage illegal alien gang member who was arrested while trespassing across Biden's open southern border and then set loose into the United States under the heartless policies of that failed administration. It was indeed a failed administration. He had then been arrested and released in a Democrat-run sanctuary city, a disaster, before ending the life of this beautiful young angel. With us this evening are Laken's beloved mother, Allison, and her sister, Lauren. Last year, I told Laken's grieving parents that we would ensure their daughter would not have died in vain. That's why the very first bill I signed into law as your 47th president mandates the detention of all dangerous criminal aliens who threaten public safety. It's a very strong, powerful act. It's called the Laken-Riley Act. So Allison and Lauren, America will never, ever forget our beautiful Laken Hope Riley.
Shout out to Team 2875 with the $2 like. I appreciate that.
Thank you very much. Since taking office, my administration has launched the most sweeping border and immigration crackdown in American history, and we quickly achieved the lowest numbers of illegal border crossers ever recorded. Thank you. The media and our friends in the Democrat Party kept saying we needed new legislation. We must have legislation to secure the border. But it turned out that all we really needed was a new president. Thank you. Joe Biden didn't just
Shout out to Ricky Valdez with the donation. Appreciate you with the $4.99.
open our borders. He flew illegal aliens over them to overwhelm our schools, hospitals, and communities throughout the country. Entire towns like Aurora, Colorado, and Springfield, Ohio, buckled under the weight of the migrant occupation and corruption like nobody's ever seen before. Beautiful towns destroyed. Now, just as I promised in my inaugural address, we are achieving the great liberation of America. But there still is much work to be done. Here tonight is a woman I have gotten to know, Alexis Nungari from Houston. Wonderful woman. Last June, Alexis's 12-year-old daughter, her precious Jocelyn, walked to a nearby convenience store. She was kidnapped, tied up, assaulted for 2 hours under a bridge, and horrifically murdered. Arrested and
Hey, we got 80,000 views on this video, right? Shout out to y'all. We got 300 subscribers. Appreciate y'all. Do y'all watch uploads? When people upload videos, y'all be watching uploads. Like, make sure y'all remember my face, Thug Life. If you see me in the thumbnail, like, click on it.
charged with this heinous crime are two illegal alien monsters from Venezuela released into America by the last administration through their ridiculous open border. The death of this beautiful 12-year-old girl and the agony of her mother and family touched our entire nation greatly.
Tim Harshey.
Alexis, yes. I promised that we would always remember your daughter, your magnificent daughter, and earlier tonight I signed an order keeping my word to you. One thing I have learned about Jocelyn is that she loved animals so much. She loved nature. Across Galveston Bay, from where Jocelyn lived in Houston, you will find a magnificent national wildlife refuge, a pristine, peaceful, 34,000-acre sanctuary for all of God's creatures on the edge of the Gulf of America. Alexis, moments ago, I formally renamed that refuge in loving memory of your beautiful daughter, Jocelyn. So, Mr. Vice President, if you would, may I have the order?
Oh, y'all Democrats ain't gonna clap for that? Oh my God, bro. Oh my God, man. Are y'all just like evil? Y'all don't care about nothing? Shout out to Trump, bro. It's the homie, bro.
Thank you very much. All three savages charged with Jocelyn and Lakin's murders were members of the Venezuelan prison gang, the toughest gang, they say, in the world, known as Tren de Aragua. 2 weeks ago, I officially designated this gang, along with MS-13 and the bloodthirsty Mexican drug cartels, as foreign terrorist organizations. They are now officially in the same category as ISIS, and that's not good for them.
Because he got rid of ISIS.
Countless thousands of these terrorists were welcomed into the U.S. by the Biden administration. But now every last one will be rounded up and forcibly removed from our country, or, if they're too dangerous, put in jails, standing trial in this country, because we don't want them to come back ever. With us this evening is a warrior on the front lines of that battle, Border Patrol Agent Roberto Ortiz. Great guy.
All right. Ortiz doing it. Hey, Thug Life. What's up, Professor Elijah? I'll see you in the chat.
In January, Roberto and another agent were patrolling by the Rio Grande near an area known as Cartel Island. Doesn't sound too nice to me. When heavily armed gunmen started shooting at them, Roberto saw that his partner was totally exposed, at great danger, and he leapt into action, returning fire and providing crucial seconds for his fellow agent to seek safety, just barely. I have some of the prints of that event, and it was not good. Agent Ortiz, we salute you for your great courage and for your line of fire that you took and for the bravery that you showed. We honor you, and we will always honor you. Thank you, Roberto, very much. Thank you, Roberto. And I actually got to know him on my many calls to the border. He's a great, great gentleman. The territory to the immediate south of our border is now dominated entirely by criminal cartels that murder, rape, torture, and
All right, first of all, I do want to say this. I'm not coming at the cartels. This is Trump talking. This is not me. You know what I'm saying? Thug Life. I'm not saying nothing bad about y'all. Yo, it is what it is. Shout out to Melissa Taylor with the $10 donation. She dropping the bag. She must be a Republican. She said, in the end, it was about turning our children into the opposite sex, and the Democratic Party was trying to protect pedos. Yeah. Yeah.
exercise total control. They have total control over a whole nation.
Melissa got that Republican bag. She said, we ain't doing no $1, no $2. $10! She getting that money. She probably own businesses. Shout out to Melissa. Shout out to you.
Posing a grave threat to our national security. The cartels are waging war in America, and it's time for America to wage war on the cartels, which we are doing.
Again, this is Trump talking about y'all cartel people. This ain't me. Thug Life.
Five nights ago, Mexican authorities, because of our tariff policies being imposed on them, think of this, handed over to us 29 of the biggest cartel leaders in their country. That has never happened before. They want to make us happy. First time ever. But we need Mexico and Canada.
D-Max says stand on it. Bro, you trying to get me up off the earth? No! I don't have nothing to do with that.
To do much more than they've done, and they have to stop the fentanyl and drugs pouring into the USA. They're going to stop it.
What's up, Ryan Apple?
I have sent Congress a detailed funding request laying out exactly how we will eliminate these threats to protect our homeland and complete the largest deportation operation in American history, larger even than current record holder President Dwight D. Eisenhower, a moderate man, but someone who believed very strongly in borders. Americans expect Congress to send me this funding without
Hold on. Shout out to Melissa Taylor again with that $10 donation. Shout out to you.
delay so I can sign it into law. So, Mr. Speaker, John Thune, both of you, I hope you're going to be.
Hey, Jeff, y'all see Jeff? He's a subscriber. He said, bro said don't. Hey, Jeff. It's some things you talk about, some things you just, you got to put a disclaimer on. Like the Epstein files, I learned real quick not to talk about that. Thug Life, you know what I'm saying? I did a blog on that. Y'all, this video got like 80,000 views, bro. I don't even want to say that name again. I did that, the files blog, bro. It was stuck at like 14,000 for like an hour. Like we was live for like about almost 2 hours. It was just stuck, bro. I just said, man, I'm deleting this blog, bro. Certain people, certain things, it's like they let you know one way or another. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But and then other stuff like that, I let the president handle that. That ain't my business.
Able to do that, Mr. Speaker. Thank you. Mr. Leader, thank you. Thank you very much. And let's get it to me. I'll sign it.
Lord Glass in the comments. Yeah, bro, I went to the dark web before, bro. Like I'm not playing with them. I'm not at all. Shout out to them, Thug Life. I ain't got no problem with them.
So fast, you won't even believe it.
Hey, Commie Zombie, you know?
And as we reclaim our sovereignty, we must also bring back law and order to our cities and towns.
First of all, y'all gonna get mad at me, right? They need to stop defunding the police. I don't care, bro. People be speeding down the street. People be acting crazy. We need more police, bro. I don't care what y'all say. Thug Life, we need more police. Get mad. Get mad. All y'all driving these Chargers and Hellcats driving crazy. We need police. Y'all acting up now.
In recent years, our justice system has been turned upside down by radical left lunatics.
Thug life, I love it. He pointed at them. They caught the point.
Many jurisdictions virtually ceased enforcing the law against dangerous repeat offenders while weaponizing law enforcement against political opponents like me. My administration has acted swiftly and decisively to restore fair, equal, and impartial justice under the constitutional rule of law, starting at the FBI and the DOJ. Pam, good luck. Cash, wherever you may be, good luck.
Bro, are y'all like watching, bro? It's like 1,400 people. Can y'all like hit the subscribe button? It's right there. Why y'all hiding from it, bro? Why you hiding from it? Why you acting like the subscribe button ain't right there, dog? Hit the subscribe button, bro. What you doing, man? What y'all doing, man? Hit the subscribe button. It's right there.
Good luck. Pam Bondi,
He about to talk about Pam Bondi.
good luck. So important. Gonna do a great job.
Shout out to Amazing. I see.
Cash, thank you.
Amazing B.
Thank you, Cash.
Shout out to Melissa Taylor. We know you good with us, Taylor. I see that. Another thing, hold on real quick. You know what I'm saying? We got 2.7 million views this month. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody.
Already started.
Or last month. Shout out to y'all.
Very strong. They're going to do a fantastic job. You're going to be very proud of them. We're also once again giving our police officers the support, protection, and respect.
Subscribe or get, you better listen to Melissa. Subscribe or get off the channel. And come back later. But subscribe.
They so dearly deserve. They have to get it. They have such a hard, dangerous job, but we're going to make it less dangerous. The problem is the bad guys don't respect the law, but they're starting to respect it, and they soon will respect it. This also includes our great fire departments throughout the country. Our firemen and women are unbelievable people, and we'll never forget them. And besides that, they voted for me in record numbers, so I have no...
Shout out to Elo Jean. I think that's how you say your name. It says subscribe. Shout out to you. Shaylee Sterling, subscribe. Appreciate you. Jeff Sprayberry, subscribe. Shout out. Laura Glass, I see you.
One year ago this month, 31-year-old New York police officer Jonathan Diller, unbelievably wonderful person and a great officer, was gunned down at a traffic...
Hold on. Melissa, you're going to have to hold it until after this live, Melissa.
stop on Long Island. I went to his funeral. The vicious criminal charged with his murder had 21 prior arrests, and they were rough arrests, too. He was a real bad one. The thug in the seat next to him had 14 prior arrests and went by the name of Killer. He was Killer. He killed other people, they say, a lot of them.
Can we get a happy birthday for somebody's birthday, Shaylee Sterling? Can we get a happy birthday to Shaylee? Happy birthday to you, Thug Life. She gets a Thug Life. It's her birthday. Is what it is.
Ended Officer Diller's service, and when I met
Shout out to you.
his wife and one-year-old son, Ryan, it was very inspirational, actually. His widow's name is Stephanie, and she is here tonight. Stephanie, thank you very much, Stephanie. Thank you very much.
Yo, I want to say this before we get back to this, because, you know, we just sung happy birthday. You know what I'm saying? But this how my family be doing it, like happy birthday to you. And then like after that's all over, they be like, how old are you? Do y'all be doing that? How old are you? How old are you? Like after the whole happy birthday, do y'all be doing that? Or is that just my family be doing that?
Stephanie, we're going to make sure that Ryan knows his dad was a true hero, New York's finest, and we're going to get these cold-blooded killers.
Shout out to Amanda. She said, how the heck have I not seen your channel before today? New subscriber, Thug Life. She is here. Thug Life. Can she get a Thug Life in the chat, please? Thug Life.
And repeat offenders off our streets, so we're going to do it fast. Got to stop it. They get out with 28 arrests. They push people into subway trains. They hit people over the head, back of the head with baseball bats. We got to get them out of here. I've already signed an executive order requiring a mandatory death penalty for anyone who murders a police officer. And tonight I'm asking Congress to pass that policy into permanent law.
Trump, that's a little harsh, though. Trump, like, I want a mandatory death penalty for anybody that... Hey, Trump, some of these cops be wild. I'm just saying. But, you know, he the president. We gonna ride with the president. If that's what he want.
I'm also asking for a new crime bill getting tough on repeat offenders while enhancing protections for America's police officers so they can do their jobs without fear of their lives.
One thing I will say, right? I know a lot of people don't like cops, right? We need them. Get mad, we need them, right? Some of these cops are legitly afraid to do their jobs. Because they're afraid, first of all, they think they're going to be decommissioned. Some cops, like I had you know what I'm saying? I knew somebody that was a cop. You know what I mean? Well, my friend, Thug Life, put it out there. But I knew somebody that was a cop that got decommissioned, was chasing a murderer. Like, through an alley and like, I'm telling your business, it is what it is. Was chasing somebody that was that type of person through an alley and wrecked his cruiser. They decommissioned him. This ain't like he was chasing somebody off of a traffic ticket. This was like real. And they decommissioned dude. That's crazy. Like, so people are scared to do their jobs now. So it's like you do want to empower cops to be able to do their jobs. But it's like some cops do be wild. I'll be watching TikTok. Some cops be kind of wilding. I'm not gonna lie. Shout out to Colin Bradley. He is a moderator on the chat and a contributor with the $4.99 donation. He said, welcome to Piper Nation. To all new subscribers, smash that like and show some love to Piper Boy. Thug Life. Hit the like button. Thug Life right now. Double tap. Stop playing. Thug Life. It is what it is. Hit them emojis and everything. I can see if y'all doing that. But shout out to, hey, Shaylee Sterling. You're gonna have to mail me some birthday cake or something. Let's stop playing.
Is being totally destroyed. They don't want to be killed. We're not going to let them be killed. Joining us in the gallery tonight is a young man who truly loves our police. His name is DJ Daniel. He is 13 years old, and he has always dreamed of becoming a police officer.
Oh, this is what everybody's talking about. Okay, all right. Okay. Oh, Trump don't like black people. He don't like. Another black person. He do like. What is y'all be lying on Trump? Stop lying on Trump, bro. We not doing that. How many times, like, bro? We not doing that. We not lying on Trump, bro. Y'all can't get over it. Y'all can't. Y'all be mad. Y'all can't do nothing. He put a black lady ahead of pardon czar. And then now he's, you know what I'm saying? He about to let this dude be like a honorary Secret Service agent. Bro, you can't, bro. Stop playing with Trump, man. And shout out to him, man. Like, cause you know, like growing up in certain neighborhoods or whatever, I'm not saying you know what I'm saying, Thug Life. Like, wanting to be a cop is like, well, hold up, you want to get me arrested? Like, you want, You know, like for him to be wanting to be a cop and that be supported, you know, shout out to him. Shout out to him.
But in 2018, DJ was diagnosed with brain cancer. The doctors gave him 5 months at most to live. That was more than 6 years ago.
Still alive, yeah. Yeah, I got a rip. Like this is a kid, man. What is he, 13? The adrenaline's got to be going crazy. You got the president like addressing you, everybody looking at you. You know what I'm saying? This is crazy. You know what I'm saying, Thug? Like,
Since that time, DJ and his dad have been on a quest to make his dream come true, and DJ has been sworn in as an honorary law enforcement officer. Actually, a number of times. The police love him. The police departments love him. And tonight, DJ, we're going to do you the biggest honor of them all. I am asking our new Secret Service Director, Sean Curran, to officially make you an agent of the United States Secret Service.
now what? Y'all can't say nothing. Y'all can't say nothing about Trump now, Thug Life. What you gonna say now? Hold that thought, y'all. Y'all see that? That's fire. That is fire. Shout out to Trump. Look what these Democrats done did, bro. Look what they done did, bro.
Let myself feel joy about DJ, and
It says mainstream media scrambles to be positive about young cancer survivor that wants to be a cop.
I let myself feel joy about DJ, and I hope he's alive for another, 95 years, right? And I hope he lives the life he wants to live. He wants to be a cop. He knows what he wants to do. And maybe when you have childhood cancer, that crystallizes for you. And I hope he has a long life as a law enforcement officer. But I hope he never has to defend the United States Capitol against Donald Trump supporters. And if he does, I hope he isn't one of the 6 who loses his life to suicide. And I hope he isn't one who has to testify against the people who carried out acts of seditious conspiracy and then lived to see Donald Trump pardon those people.
Are you?
That's just, I mean, how do you make that mental jump?
Did you hear the sound of silence from our panel?
Did y'all hear what this evil lady said?
Against Donald Trump supporters. And if he does, I hope he isn't one of the 6 who loses his life to suicide. And I hope he isn't one who has to testify against the people who carried out acts of seditious conspiracy and then lived to see Donald Trump pardon those people.
Are you?
That's just, I mean, how do you make that mental jump?
Did you hear the sound of silence from our panel for like 2 seconds?
That lady is sick in the head, bro. She said that. She said that. Anything that he does, they're against. Even helping a 13-year-old kid, like, with his dreams is, like, they attack. Like, what is... Yo. MMR Magazine, shout out to you. Colin Riley, you see this? This is crazy. E. Hart said, unbelievable. Unbelievable. It's crazy. Yes. She's a nutcase. She's a nutcase.
And I hope he has a long life as a law enforcement officer. But I hope he never has to defend the United States Capitol against Donald Trump supporters. And if he does, I hope he isn't one of the 6 who loses his life to suicide. And I hope he isn't one who has to testify against the people who carried out acts of seditious conspiracy and then lived to see Donald Trump pardon those people.
Are you?
That's just...
She is sick, bro. Shout out to Trump, man. Like, I know you got a lot of evil people in the world. Shout out to you, bro. Daniel Brown, she's a nut job,
Since
bro.
that time, DJ and his dad have been on a quest to make his dream come true, and DJ has been sworn in as an honorary law enforcement officer actually a number of times. The police love him, the police departments love him. And tonight, DJ, we're going to do you the biggest honor of them all. I am asking our new Secret Service Director, Sean Curran, to officially make you an agent of the United States Secret Service.
Yeah, they couldn't even clap for a kid that has cancer. This is these Democrats. Isn't that like insane? Like, y'all, like in the chat, I'm looking at the chat. Isn't that like insane? How are you not clapping like and celebrating this moment in this child's life? Because you got that much disdain and you detest Donald Trump that much that you do that. And then that news anchor lady, she has lost her mind. Yeah, and she could, Robert Bennett, exactly, and she still keeps her job. This lady should be fired. MSNBC, y'all should fire her.
He wants to do, and maybe when you have childhood cancer that crystallizes for you, and I hope he has a long.
She's like the salt when you have childhood cancer that crystallizes for you. Like what? Like she is sick. This is a sick lady,
That's what he
bro.
wants to do, and maybe when you have childhood cancer that crystallizes for you, and I hope he has a long life as a law enforcement officer. But I hope he never has to defend the United States Capitol against Donald Trump supporters. And if he does, I hope he isn't one of the 6 who loses his life to suicide. And I hope he isn't one who has to testify against the people who carried out acts of seditious conspiracy and then live to see Donald Trump pardon those people.
Are you?
That is just, I mean, how do you make that mental jump?
Did you hear the sound of silence from our panel for like 2 seconds?
She is sick, bro.
Thank you, DJ. DJ's doctors believe his cancer likely came from a chemical he was exposed to when he was younger. Since 1975, rates of child cancer have increased by more than 40%. Reversing this trend is one of the top priorities for our new presidential commission to make America healthy again, chaired by our new Secretary of Health and Human Services, Robert F. Kennedy, Jr. With the name Kennedy, you would have thought everybody over here would have been cheering. How quickly they forget. Our goal is to get toxins out of our environment, poisons out of our food supply, and keep our children healthy and strong.
How quickly
As
they
an
forget.
example, not long ago, and you can't even believe these numbers, 1 in 10,000 children had autism, 1 in 10,000. And now it's 1 in 36. There's something wrong. 1 in 36. Think of that. So we're going to find out what it is, and there's nobody better than Bobby and all of the people that are working with you. You have the best to figure out what is going on. Okay, Bobby, good luck. It's a very important job. Thank you. Go get him. Thank you. My administration is also working to protect our children from toxic ideologies in our schools. A few years ago, January Littlejohn and her husband discovered that their daughter's school had secretly socially transitioned their 13-year-old little girl. Teachers and administrators conspired to deceive January and her husband while encouraging her daughter to use a new name and pronouns. They, them pronoun, actually, all without telling January, who is here tonight and is now a courageous advocate against this form of child abuse. January, thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Stories like this are why, shortly after taking office, I signed an executive order banning public schools from indoctrinating our children with transgender ideology.
I mean, them people need to be voted out, bro. They need to be voted out.
I also signed an order to cut off all taxpayer funding to any institution that engages in the sexual mutilation of our youth. And now I want Congress to pass a bill permanently banning and criminalizing sex changes on children and forever ending the lie that any child is trapped in the wrong body. This is a big lie. And our message to every child in America is that you are perfect exactly the way God made you.
Common sense, president, right there.
Because we're getting wokeness out of our schools and out of our military, and it's already out, and it's out of our society. We don't want it. Wokeness is trouble. Wokeness is bad. It's gone. It's gone. And we feel so much better for it, don't we? Don't we feel better? Our service members won't be activists and ideologues. They will be fighters and warriors. They will fight for our country. And Pete, congratulations. Secretary of Defense, congratulations. And he's not big into the woke movement, I can tell you. I know him well. I am pleased to report that in January, the U.S. Army had its single best recruiting month in 15 years, and that all armed services are having among the best recruiting results ever in the history of our services. What a difference. And you know,
What y'all think about the speech so far? I think it's a pretty good speech. It's like one of the speeches that, you know, you believe them. A lot of speeches, you don't really believe what they're saying. I believe them.
it was
Shout out to
just
Timothy.
a few months ago
Cutoff, he said
where the
gay and
results were
subscribe, just gonna shock
exactly
you.
the opposite. We couldn't recruit.
Hey, but Timothy, man, you gotta, when I upload, you gotta watch the uploads, bro. Y'all be trying to play me, man. Y'all be trying to stay in the shorts. No, y'all gotta watch uploads too, man. Remember me, Thug Life. Shit.
Anywhere. We couldn't recruit. Now we're having the best results just about that we've ever had. What a tremendous turnaround. It's really a beautiful thing to see. People love our country again. It's very simple. They love our country and they love being in our military again. So it's a great thing. And thank you very much. Great job. Thank you.
Somebody said no mandatory COVID shots for the military. And, you know, healthcare workers don't have to get that either now. So shout out to them.
We're joined tonight by a young man, Jason Hartley, who knows the weight of that call of duty. Jason's father, grandfather, and great-grandfather all wore the uniform. Jason tragically lost his dad, who was also a Los Angeles County Sheriff's deputy when he was just a boy, and now he wants to carry on the family legacy of service. Jason is a senior in high school, a 6-letter varsity athlete, a really good athlete, they say, a brilliant student with a 4.46, that's good, GPA. And his greatest dream is to attend the U.S.
Biden could never do a speech this long. He could never do a speech this long. Let's keep it real. Ever.
Military Academy at West Point. And Jason, that's a very big deal getting in. That's a hard one to get into. But I'm pleased to inform you that your application has been accepted. You will soon be joining the Corps of Cadets. Thank you. Jason, you're going to be on the long gray line, Jason. As Commander-in-Chief, my focus is on building the most powerful military of the future. As a first step, I'm asking Congress to fund a state-of-the-art Golden Dome missile defense shield to protect our
Hey, Colin Bradley's the moderator. Whatever he say goes.
homeland, all made in the USA. And Ronald Reagan wanted to do it long ago, but the technology just wasn't there, not even close. But now we have the technology. It's incredible, actually. And other places, they have it. Israel has it. Other places have it. And the United States should have it too, right, Tim, right? They should have it too. So I want to thank you. But it's a very, very important. This is a very dangerous world. We should have it. We want to be protected, and we're going to protect our citizens like never before. To boost our defense industrial base, we are also going to resurrect the American shipbuilding industry, including commercial shipbuilding and military shipbuilding. And for that purpose, I am announcing tonight that we will create a new Office of Shipbuilding in the White House and offer special tax incentives to bring this industry home to America where it belongs. We used to make so many ships. We don't make them anymore very much, but we're going to make them very fast, very soon. It will have a huge impact. To further enhance our national security, my administration will be reclaiming the Panama Canal, and we've already started doing it. Just today, a large American company announced they are buying both ports around the Panama Canal and lots of other things having to do with the Panama Canal and a couple of other canals. The Panama Canal was built by Americans for Americans, not for others, but others could use it. But it was built at tremendous cost of American blood and treasure. 38,000 workers died building the Panama Canal. They died of malaria. They died of snake bites and mosquitoes. Not a nice place to work. They paid them very highly to go there, knowing there was a 25% chance that they would die. The most expensive project also that was ever built in our country's history, if you bring it up to modern day costs. It was given away by the Carter administration for $1. But that agreement has been violated very severely. We didn't give it to China. We gave it to Panama, and we're taking it back.
right?
And we have Marco Rubio in charge. Good luck, Marco. Now, we know who to blame if anything goes wrong. Marco's been amazing, and he's going to do a great job. Think of it. He got a...
Hey, this is a Panama Canal, right? Hold up. Waterway in Panama. Panama Canal. CNN. Ugh. Let me click on it anyway. Yeah. Trump's history with Panama may explain his threats about the canal. I cannot take CNN serious, bro. Bro, before I got my Cybertruck today, I went and looked at this truck again, bro. Why are you popping up on my... Oh my God, bro. These companies be following us.
100 votes. You know, he was approved with actually 99, but the 100th was this gentleman, and I feel very certain.
Crazy.
So let's assume he got 100 votes.
Shout
And
out
I'm
to
either
Jason Powell.
very, very happy about that, or I'm very concerned about it. But he's already proven. I mean, he's a great gentleman. He's respected by everybody, and we appreciate you voting for Marco. He's going to do a fantastic job. Thank you. Thank you. He's doing a great job.
He's doing a good job now. He is.
Great job. And I also have a message tonight for the incredible people of Greenland. We strongly support your right to determine your own future. And if you choose, we welcome you into the United States of America. We need Greenland for national security and even international security, and we're working with everybody involved to try and get it. But we need it really for international world security. And I think we're going to get it one way or the other. We're going to.
Yeah, I hope we get it. Hold on. Y'all know BlackRock is trying to... Let me show y'all this, right? BlackRock Inc.'s $23 billion deal for Panama Canal ports. BlackRock on Tuesday announced the purchase of the ports at the Panama Canal that President Donald Trump raised security concerns regarding their connections to China. BlackRock announced the $22.8 billion deal with CK Hutchinson subsidiary Hutchinson Port Holdings, which will see the firm acquire the Panama ports for Cristobal and Balboa, which are located at the Atlantic and Pacific ends of the canal and at the canal, respectively. It will also acquire Hutchinson's controlling interest in 43 ports and 23 other countries. The world's largest asset manager will partner with Terminal Investment Limited to operate the ports in concert with the BlackRock subsidiary Global Infrastructure Partners, GIP. This agreement is a powerful illustration of BlackRock and GIP's combined platform and our ability to deliver differentiated investments for clients, BlackRock CEO Larry said. These world-class ports facilitate global growth through our deep connectivity to organizations like Hutchinson and MSC, TIL, and governments around the world. We are increasingly the first call for partners seeking patience, long-term capital. We are thrilled our clients can participate in this investment. Interesting. Before his return to the White House, Trump claimed in a social media post on Christmas Day that Panama's government allowed wonderful soldiers of China to lovingly but illegally operate the Panama Canal, a statement that the Panamanian and Chinese governments denied. Chinese companies have increased their investment in Panama in recent years, including at facilities related to the canal, such as terminal for cruise ships and a bridge that's planned to be built over the canal. The presence of those firms has sparked geopolitical concerns given the government of China's ability to control Chinese companies to advance strategic goals. So this is interesting.
I get it. We will keep you safe. We will make you rich, and together we will take Greenland to heights like you have never thought possible before. It's a very small population, but very, very large piece of land and very, very important for military security. America is once again standing strong against the forces of radical Islamic terrorism. 3.5 years ago, ISIS terrorists killed 13 American service members and countless others in the Abbey Gate bombing during the disastrous and incompetent withdrawal from Afghanistan. Not that they were withdrawing, it was the way they withdrew. Perhaps the most embarrassing moment in the history of our country.
Jose Gonzalez,
Tonight,
a subscriber in the chat, said, we shouldn't be charged a dime for any of our ships and military ships passing through the canal.
Pleased to announce that we have just apprehended the top terrorist responsible for that atrocity, and he is right now on his way here to face the swift sword of American justice. And I want to thank especially the government of Pakistan for helping arrest this monster. This was a very momentous day for those 13 families who I actually got to know very well, most of them, whose children were murdered, and the many people that were so badly, over 42 people, so badly injured on that fateful day in Afghanistan. What a horrible day. Such incompetence was shown that when Putin saw what happened, I guess he said, wow, maybe this is my chance. That's how bad it was. Should have never happened. Grossly incompetent people. I spoke to many of the parents and loved ones, and they're all in our hearts tonight. Just spoke to them on the phone. We had a big call. Every one of them called, and everybody was on the line.
Talk to him, Melissa
They did nothing
Taylor.
but cry with happiness. They were very happy, as happy as you can be under those circumstances. Their child, brother, sister, son, daughter was killed for no reason whatsoever. In the Middle East, we're bringing back our hostages from Gaza. In my first term, we achieved one of the most groundbreaking peace agreements in generations, the Abraham Accords.
Colin said, I like the UK, just not their politics. I don't like their politics either.
And now we're going to build on that foundation to create a more peaceful and prosperous future for the entire region. A lot of things are happening in the Middle East. People have been talking about that so much lately with everything going on with Ukraine and Russia. But a lot of things are happening in the Middle East. It's a rough neighborhood, actually. I'm also working tirelessly to end the savage conflict in Ukraine. Millions of Ukrainians and Russians have been needlessly killed or wounded in this horrific and brutal conflict with no end in sight. The United States has sent hundreds of billions of dollars to support Ukraine's defense with no security, with no anything. Do you want to keep it going for another 5 years? Yeah, you would say Pocahontas says yes.
Yo, he just called Elizabeth Warren Pocahontas at his congressional address in Congress. This is crazy, bro. Yo, we got to rewind that. Shout out to Trump, man. Go in on Elizabeth Warren. She's been wow.
Hundreds of billions of dollars to support Ukraine's defense with no security, with
You heard
no
that, Jose?
anything.
Like this shit. Yo, I know she about to be mad. Got her. Trump said thug life.
Do you want to keep it going for another 5 years? Yeah, you would say Pocahontas says yes.
Yo.
2,000 people are being killed every single week. More than that. They're Russian young people. They're Ukrainian young people. They're not Americans. But I want it to stop. Meanwhile, Europe has sadly spent more money buying Russian oil and gas than they have spent on defending Ukraine, by far. Think of that. They've spent more buying Russian oil and gas than they have defending. And we've spent perhaps
No, but listen to
350
what Trump's saying now. He's saying that the UK, whatever, Thug Life, they've been spending more money and buying natural resources from Russia than their aid for Ukraine. So really they hustling backwards. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, y'all still giving Putin like all of this money for like natural gas or gas, whatever, you know what I mean? Whatever it is. But you're supporting Zelensky. Like, how does this even make sense? So this is why a lot of people think like those politicians are in bed with some of these artillery companies, you know what I mean, that make all of this weaponry for military equipment and all of that stuff. Because it's like, if they really wanted to stop Putin or put like a damper on him, like they would stop buying like natural resources from him. So it's very interesting that Trump is saying this, addressing like Congress. This is very interesting.
people are being killed every single week. More than that. They're Russian young people. They're Ukrainian young people. They're not Americans, but I want it to stop. Meanwhile, Europe has sadly spent more money buying Russian oil and gas than they have spent on defending Ukraine, by far. Think of that. They've spent more buying Russian oil and gas than they have defending. And we've...
This is like, bro, this is very powerful, him saying that. Because, you know, like, we the power out here. We the superpower out here. We America. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people say, oh, we got to watch what we doing with the United Nations and NATO. No, we the superpower. He know that. That's why he can address them and say whatever he feel like saying. And he putting them on notice like, yo, we know what you're doing. Like, y'all buying all of this natural resources from Russia. And if y'all supposed to be supporting, you know, Ukraine, like, what is this? But putting that out to the people, media companies going to pick that up. You know what I'm saying? News is going to start talking about, and they going to start thinking twice about what they actually doing out here. You know?
Spent perhaps $350 billion, like taking candy from a baby. That's what happened. And they've spent $100 billion. What a difference that is. And we have an ocean separating us, and they don't. But we're getting along very well with them, and lots of good things are happening. Biden has authorized more money in this fight than Europe has spent by billions and billions of dollars. It's hard to believe that they wouldn't have stopped it and said at some point, come on, let's equalize. You got to be equal to us. But that didn't happen. Earlier today, I received an important letter from President Zelensky of Ukraine. The letter reads, Ukraine is ready to come to the negotiating table as soon as possible to bring lasting peace closer. Nobody wants peace more than the Ukrainians, he said. My team and I stand ready to work under President Trump's strong leadership to get a peace that lasts. We do really value how much America has done to help Ukraine maintain its sovereignty and independence. Regarding the agreement on minerals and security, Ukraine is ready to sign it at any time that is convenient for you.
Oh, so you know, Melissa Taylor. So a lot of people think Zelensky wants to, remember when he was at the White House and Trump was trying to get him to sign a mineral deal, and he also wants him to do a ceasefire with Russia. He doesn't want to do a ceasefire with Russia. He said he wants to continue to fight. But if he's going to continue to fight, whose money is he going to use? He wants to use our money, our tax money. He wants to use Europe. And when he found out that there was Trump wasn't going to continue to help him, what did he do? Like, he went over there, he got kicked out of the White House. He goes over to Europe and he starts begging for more money, right? And people are like, yo, why, if hundreds of thousands of your people are dying, right? Because I think they got like 39 million people in Ukraine. Russia's got like 140 something million people like in Russia. And, you know, I think Russia has lost over like 700,000 soldiers, and Ukraine has lost like hundreds of thousands of soldiers, right? And Trump was telling them at the White House, like you have no cards, like, you out here, I've empowered you to be a tough guy. You have no cards at this point. Like, we need to end this war. And Zelensky doesn't want to end it. So people are wondering, like, why doesn't he want to end this war? right? Well, if you think about it, under Ukraine, they're under martial law right now. So under martial law, they cannot have an election. So if they have an election, chances are some people, favor, Zelensky. I think he has like a decent rating, like with his people. Well, but I remember when Trump said he was like at 4%, but he actually has like a pretty decent rating with his people. But if he was to stop the war, martial law would stop. You know what I'm saying? And then he could lose power. Y'all also got to think about this, right? Like Zelensky is in a war with, Russia. Russia started, they invaded, so by the rules of war, like if there is like a peace agreement or whatever, Russia has to pay to rebuild and all of that. But if Russia just takes over the Ukraine, they ain't got to pay to rebuild nothing. I mean, they would because they would own it at that point. But like people would look at Zelensky like, yo, why are you not trying to end this war? Because he would lose power. There's a high probability he will lose power. I don't care that Zelensky is running around talking about, for the sake of peace, I will step down. He could say that all day long. In order to even avoid that, all he had to do was do a ceasefire agreement with Russia and then figure out the details in the interim, right? But at least beans won't be flying at people, right? But he didn't want to do that, and some people are speculating, kind of like what she said in the chat. Some people are thinking, well, like Melissa Taylor, like he don't want to come off that power. Then, he's kind of susceptible to anything, because who knows like how long his security detail is going to last when he loses power if he's voted out in an election, and maybe somebody can get to him and touch him later. Who knows? You know what I mean? But it's very interesting. Zelensky does not want to concede power. It doesn't matter. He say he would do it for peace. He's not doing it. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Maybe that's why he's running around like crazy, trying to get money, still trying to keep this alive a little bit because he don't want to lose power.
I appreciate that he sent this letter. Just got it a little while ago. Simultaneously, we've had serious discussions with Russia and have received strong signals that they are ready for peace. Wouldn't that be beautiful? Wouldn't that be beautiful?
But instead, Zelensky's going around taking $2 billion in the form of a loan, billions of dollars here, there. Like, he may have to pay back some of this. You know what I mean? So I think it's like 30-something% of the loans that he got from Europe is like in the form of, the money he got is in the form of a loan. So it's like, man, you digging yourself a bigger hole, bro. Like, just like figure out a way to stop this war and take whatever you can and just make sure your government can ensure that you're going to have security detail and you be protected, but try to save your people.
Wouldn't that be beautiful?
And Trump right now, if you ask me, this is the president of peace. He's trying to make peace. Zelensky is emboldened. You know what I mean? Like, and he's been emboldened because he's been getting American money, our tax money. And Trump just, every time he grabs some money, no, we're not doing that. And now he don't know what to do. What do? He just wore the same thing, went over there to Europe and asking for more money from over there. Let them support him. Let us rebuild. Shout out to Jesse Waters on Fox News, right? He said something interesting. He was like, all right, let them go over there, and the people in Europe, let them take care of that situation. Let them support what's going on their own continent, right? Let them go ahead and support Zelensky. Meanwhile, we can, replenish our stockpiles just in case China want to try something. We make sure we have as much artillery and everything that we need, and then focus on our own country and make it stronger. That's a very good plan, if you ask me. Let them deal with what's going on over the water. Hey, we've contributed enough. Why are we contributing more than them and we're not even over there? What has Ukraine done for America? Like, let's be real. This is what people don't want to say. And I don't care. People, what do they do for us? I'm waiting. Anytime we got into it, what do they really do? Like, just think about it.
It's time to stop this madness. It's time to halt the killing.
Yo, Elizabeth Warren is right there, and he called her Pocahontas. Thug life. Yo, y'all catch that? I didn't know she was in the building. Yo, bruh. Called her Pocahontas, bro.
It's time to end the senseless war.
She had that salty look on her face, getting on her phone like, I got him. I'm going to get him back.
If you want to end wars, you have to talk to both sides. Nearly 4 years ago, amid rising tensions, a history teacher named Mark Fogel was detained in Russia and sentenced to 14 years in a penal colony. Rough stuff. The previous administration barely lifted a finger to help him. They knew he was innocent, but they had no idea where to begin.
Bro, this Elizabeth Warren lady getting on my nerves, bro. Look what she wrote, bro. She getting on my nerves. She said, quick reminder ahead of Donald Trump's speech tonight. He promised he would immediately bring prices down starting on day 1. It's now day 44. Prices have gone up, inflation's gotten worse, and Trump's done nothing to lower costs for working people. What have y'all done in 4 years before he got here, lady? Destroying the country? Can he he's done amazing in 44 days. Can he keep it up? Probably. Give him some more time. Y'all took 4 years to destroy everything. And trying to fix stuff. Sick of her. Pocahontas be bugging, bro.
But last summer, I promised his 95-year-old mother, Malphine, that we would bring her boy safely back home. After 22 days in office, I did just that, and they are here tonight. To Mark and his great mom, we are delighted to have you safe and sound and with us. As fate would have it, Mark Fogel was born in a small rural town in Butler, Pennsylvania. Have you heard of it? Where his mother has lived for the past 78 years. I just happened to go there last July 13th for a rally. That was not pleasant. And that is where I met his beautiful mom right before I walked onto that stage. And I told her I would not forget what she said about her son. And I never did I? Never forgot. Less than 10 minutes later, at that same rally, gunfire rang out, and a sick and deranged assassin unloaded 8 bullets from his sniper's perch into a crowd of many thousands of people. My life was saved by a fraction of an inch, but some were not so lucky. Corey Comparator was a firefighter, a veteran, a Christian, a husband, a devoted father, and above all, a protector. When the sound of gunshots pierced the air, it was a horrible sound. Corey knew instantly what it was and what to do. He threw himself on top of his wife and daughters and shielded them from the bullets with his own body. Corey was hit really hard. You know the story from there. He sacrificed his life to save theirs. 2 others, very fine people, were also seriously hit. But thankfully, with the help of 2 great country doctors, we thought they were gone and they were saved. So those doctors had great talent. We're joined by Corey's wife, Helen, who was his high school sweetheart, and their 2 beloved daughters, Allison and Kaylee. Thank you.
The Reaping, no, he didn't sue media companies because he didn't like what they were saying. He sued media companies because they were putting out fake news. That's why. They were also editing interviews to make the, Kamala Harris look good and all. Like, there's a lot of stuff that media was doing. It's not just because he didn't like what they were saying, because they were liars. And you also got to think about this. Like, if you, like, these channels be getting hundreds of thousands of views on videos sometimes, right? You got to think, you already see, like, somebody, what they tried to do to Trump, right? The ear, that whole situation. Why do you think people become deranged and do things like that? They get brainwashed by media companies. Media is very dangerous. You know what I mean? Very extremely dangerous. And a lot of these media companies oftentimes go unchecked. And so you gotta like put your foot down with some of them. And like he sued them, he got a lot of money and he made them pay out to whatever charity he wanted them to pay out to. And he won. A lot of people didn't think he would win that suit, and he won. Like, you can't just be out here with a media license, just sitting around slandering 24/7 and lying on somebody. You can't do that. So yeah, he may not like that, you know what I mean? And he did something about it. Like media is crazy. Then we literally just showed you what the media would do, bro. Like, didn't we just show you like what the media would do? Like how dangerous, how crazy these people are. Remember that 13-year-old kid that he just had like an honorary like Secret Service officer and all that? Like that brain cancer victim. It's a media person. It's what a media person would do.
And the life he wants to live. He wants to be a cop. He knows what he wants to do. And maybe when you have childhood cancer, that crystallizes for you. And I hope he has a long life as a law enforcement officer. But I hope he never has to defend the United States Capitol against Donald Trump supporters. And if he does, I hope he isn't one of the 6 who loses his life to suicide. And I hope he isn't one who has to testify against the people who carried out acts of seditious conspiracy and then live to see Donald Trump pardon those people.
She's talking about a 13-year-old kid with cancer that Trump tried to honor. That's how sick these media people are.
To Helen, Allison, and Kaylee, Corey is looking down on his 3 beautiful ladies right now, and he is cheering you on. He loves you. He is cheering you on. Corey was taken from us much too soon, but his destiny was to leave us all with a shining example of the selfless devotion of a true American patriot. It was
Shaylee Sterling, like, she is wildin'. That lady is crazy. She crazed.
Like Corey's that built our country, and it's love like Corey's that is going to make our country more majestic than ever before. I believe that my life was saved that day in Butler for a very good reason. I was saved by God to make America great again. I believe that.
Shout out to Droning in the Scenery. $2 donation said, Joseph said media is mind control.
Thank you. Thank you.
Truth be told, a lot of rich people get rich from lawsuits. If you have an opportunity and somebody wrongs you and you feel like you can take it to court, do it. Do it. You'd be surprised. Like, I've taken a lot. I mean, I will sue you, bro. Thug life. Like, I mean, it is what it is. Sue National Tire and Battery, sue Firestone. I will sue you, bro. You mess my car up or something, you getting sued. And it's very interesting. Like, a lot of times you win these suits. You know what I mean? Like, the lawsuits ain't just for like lawyers to like do. Like, you can do it too. Like, if a company has wronged you, sue. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter what company it is, sue. You might walk out being good. Your boy Cuddy with the $10 donation said, Piper Boy, somebody really want your attention in the chats. Who is it?
Thank you very much. From the patriots of Lexington and Concord to the heroes of
Shout out to you with the
Gettysburg
$10
and
donation.
Normandy, from the warriors who crossed the Delaware to the trailblazers who climbed the Rockies, and from
You and Melissa Taylor got that money. Y'all must be Republicans. Shout out to you, droning. I see you in there.
the legends who soared at Kitty Hawk to the astronauts who touched the moon. Americans have always been the people who defied all odds, transcended all dangers, made the most extraordinary sacrifices, and did whatever it took to defend our children, our country, and our freedom. And as we have seen in this chamber tonight, that same strength, faith, love, and spirit is still alive and thriving in the hearts of the American people. Despite the best efforts of those who...
And I can't keep the reaping. Shout out to you. I can't keep giving you a bunch of free attention. I got 171,000 views on this video. You know what I'm saying? Stop being a Democrat. Hit the super chat, bro. Stop playing.
try to censor us, silence us, break us, destroy us. Americans are today a proud, free, sovereign, and independent nation that will always be free, and we will fight for it till death. We will never let anything happen to our beloved country, because we are a country of doers, dreamers, fighters, and survivors. Our ancestors crossed a vast ocean, strode into the unknown wilderness, and carved their fortunes from the rock and soil of a perilous and very dangerous frontier. They chased our destiny across a boundless continent. They built the railroads, laid the highways, and graced the world with American marvels like the Empire State Building, the mighty Hoover Dam, and the towering Golden Gate Bridge. They lit the world with electricity, broke free of the force of gravity, fired up the engines of American industry, vanquished the communists, fascists, and Marxists all over the world, and gave us countless modern wonders sculptured out of iron, glass, and steel. We stand on the shoulders of these pioneers who won and built the modern age. These workers who poured their sweat into the skylines of our cities. These warriors who shed their blood on fields of battle and gave everything they had for our rights and for our freedom. Now it is our time to take up the righteous cause of American liberty. And it is our turn to take America's destiny into our own hands and begin the most thrilling days in the history of our country. This will be our greatest era. With God's help, over the next 4 years, we are going to lead this nation even higher, and we are going to forge the freest, most advanced, most dynamic, and most dominant civilization ever to exist on the face of this earth. We are going to create the highest quality of life, build the safest and wealthiest and healthiest and most vital communities anywhere in the world. We are going to conquer the vast frontiers of science, and we are going to lead humanity into space and plant the American flag on the planet Mars and even far beyond. And through it all, we are going to rediscover the unstoppable power of the American spirit. And we are going to renew unlimited promise of the American dream. Every single day, we will stand up and we will fight, fight, fight for the country our citizens believe in and for the country our people deserve. My fellow Americans, get ready for an incredible future, because The golden age of America has only just begun. It will be like nothing that has ever been seen before. Thank you, God bless you, and God bless America.
Them Democrats couldn't wait to leave, bro. They're so mad there's a president that's actually doing something. They are mad. They're like, oh, he actually got elected and he's actually doing stuff.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
But to be real though, I'm about to play all this real quick. So Trump did a speech like right after this. Well, I mean, he got interviewed. Let's see this. If you had to use the bathroom during that speech, and you sitting up there, bro, like that's a long speech, man.
This was the most boisterous, the longest, the most partisan speech I've ever heard a president give in this kind of setting, and I go back about maybe 50 years on this.
That's crazy. He said that. But it's like, yo, I'm going to give you the best presidency you've ever seen. Not only that, I'm going to give you the longest speech you've ever seen. Shout out to Trump. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody. I'm about to get up out of here. All y'all that subscribe. Also, make sure y'all remember this channel. When you see the red and black and all that thug life, click on it when I do uploads. I appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? If y'all want to talk to me, whatever, hit me back on the replay. You know what I'm saying? Comment and I'll end up responding back to y'all. Shout out to everybody. Ahmad, comment, subscribe. Let me know what y'all think about that. I got to drive my Cybertruck. Shout out to Trump.